is the day where we talk real estate here in the Cardone Zone. Grant Cardone here. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about the Delta variant effect on real estate. It's not what you think it is, okay? It's actually the Delta variants that I look for to ensure that every time I buy a property, I'm going to make money, all right? Period, in the story. I've been doing this 35 years, folks. I know this might sound like a bit of a too much hype and too much promotion, but I get so excited about talking about real estate because for 35 years I bought real estate using this Delta variant that's so popular today that nobody knows about in real estate, or very few people do. I mean, the pros know about it. But it's basically looking at the variance between the rent versus the cost of home ownership. Okay? Like we're doing a deal right now. I'm doing a deal right now in Houston, Texas. Okay? I don't know, Johnny, if you can show that deal. And welcome to all the real estate investors, by the way. We do this every Monday. If you like what you're hearing here, please comment below. If you have not, hit that little notification button so that you can get notified of when I do a show. Sometimes we do 2 of these a week. When we look for real estate, when we talk about real estate, I'm looking for irreplaceable locations, number one. I'm looking for an institutional quality asset, meaning not that it's a perfect asset, but that an institution would possibly be interested in it in the future. I'm looking at the submarket, the job market. I'm looking for rent growth in that market, jobs. The jobs pay enough for me to be able to support the rental environment. And then I look at this thing called the Delta variant, okay? And the Delta variant basically is not the thing that's being pushed on you right now to terrify you into getting the V. Look, V, I walked into a place the other day. Are you vaccinated? I'm like, right there. Right there. You want it vaccinated? Look at my card. Okay? In real estate, we're going to look for this thing between the rent and home ownership. Okay? There's your V right there. So let's say, for instance, this deal that Johnny just showed you, we're buying this deal. I'll close on it this month. And this is a massive, massive, beautiful, phenomenal piece of real estate. I've been trying to buy in this market now for probably 20 years. It's in the Heights in Houston, Texas. If you know Houston, Texas, the land of Beyonce. If you know that the big H-town, there's a little place in Houston called the Heights, which has been for at least 35 years, maybe longer than that, an extremely desirable, very, very tight market, very, very difficult place to live, where home prices have always been very good, and people want to live there, okay? This is one of the top rental markets in America. And this asset class that I'm buying right now, the rents are $1,800. And when I buy something, I'm looking for, number one, is the location of the property. 2, how do I exit? And 3, I'm looking for rent opportunities, rental opportunities. Can I push the rents? The rents on this property right now are $1,800. Okay? Now, most of you would go out and look at what other people are renting their properties for. That's not the first thing I look for, particularly in this property, because I know this market. I look at the cost of home ownership, okay? In this market, the cost of home ownership, the average home within 1 mile of this property, and I'm probably not going to go further than that in Houston, Texas, okay? I'm not going to go out 5 miles, because 5 miles from this property, you're outside of this market and you're no longer interested. The hippies that live here are interested in this neighborhood specifically. And I'm not talking about just the Heights. I'm talking about within blocks of where these 2 properties are. The average home is $850,000, okay? The rent's $1,800. Across the street, I have another rental property that's in lease up, and they have a similar rent that I have. And both are trying to get what's called stabilized, or to 95% occupied, and a stabilized renter base. In the beginning, you're not going to get stable until you get stable, right? So what you do is people look at, well, what's the neighbor across the street renting for? What's the guy down the street? What's the occupancy? What's the vacancy there? What's the cost? Oh my God, the thing doesn't cash flow, but they're not looking to the future. And the future is going to be in this real estate deal. Remember, when you buy a piece of real estate, when you're buying a piece of real estate, whether it's $2 million, $20 million, or $200 million, that's what I'm closer to on this deal. When you're buying a piece of real estate that is that much money, you're not going to keep this for a month or two. We're not flipping here. We want to own real estate for long periods of time and get rental inflation. I want rents to move up. So the Delta variant is this, okay? The average cost of a home in this market is $850,000. Let's say it takes me $170,000 as a down payment. That's my down payment. And then I'm going to finance $680,000. $680,000 at a 3% interest rate, amortized over 30 years times 0.0525. With property taxes and with property taxes and what else would I have? Insurance. Insurance in Houston is expensive. Okay, they've had some storms go through there. 7 million people live in the town. And every time a big storm comes through, more people move to Houston. It's crazy. That's what happens there. 7 million people, okay? If we get 3% job growth in Houston in any given year, 3% job growth, that's 230,000 jobs in 1 year, okay? Do you know there's more renters in the city of Houston, Texas than live in Miami? There's more renters in Houston, Texas than there is a population in Miami, Florida, where I'm at today. The payment on this house would be $36,000 a year divided by 12. Before insurance, the payments are going to be $3,000 a month. If you have $170,000 as a down payment. So when I buy this deal, I'm like, hey, the rents are $1,800. In the first year at $1,800, I'm going to earn 4% on my money. But I know, and the reason I'm buying this deal is because the location's crazy. And maybe we can open up some calls today. Johnny, you got the phones open?
Yeah, I'm working on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we'll get you a phone number for the calls.
305-8668.
Say again?
305-865-8668.
305-865-8668. 305-865-8668. If you got a deal or you got a question, let me know. I'm going to get a 4% cash on cash return. You're like, man, that's not much. Watch this. I think the rents on this property in 2 years will be $2,200 times 646 times, watch this. Okay, now remember my 4% return. I'm going in right now with a 4% cash on cash return. If I get my $400 rent growth, I'll be at $2,200, and the house next door is $3,000 with a $170,000 down payment, and that's today. That's not 2 years from now. 2 years from now, it's going to be more expensive. Okay, this will be $1 million house in the next 2 to 5 years. Okay, so watch. So if I get another $400 and bring the rents to $2,200 and keep this place full. If I can do that, that is $258,000 a month times 12. Now watch this thing scream now. 258 times 12. Okay, that's $3,100,000. It's $3,096,000, but I'm just going to keep the math simple. Okay, so that's $3.1 million of new gross income if the property is full, and it won't be. So we're going to take 90% of that and assume I catch 90% of that money, 0.90, and that is $2.8 million. Oh, man. Now you're like, oh, my God, that's some cool math you just did, man. Yeah, but you got to remember, I already earned 4% of my cash flow. If I kept the entire $2.8 million, let's assume just for a second, not that this would be correct, but let's assume for a moment that because of the property's operations, okay, 646 times 1,800 times 12, I'm producing on this property $14 million worth of income a year. $14 million worth of rent income a year. $7 million goes to expenses. Okay, I got $7 million for an NOI. Okay, but let's assume because I have my expenses already handled out of the first $14 million, that the next $3 million, let's assume I kept it all and my expenses didn't go up. Not that that's true and not that that would happen, because expenses will go up, but let's just assume for a second it did happen. I got $2.8 million with a $400 rent bump, just $400. It's not a big rent bump, $1,800 to $2,200, and the house across the street is going to cost you $3,000 to $3,500. That's the average home across the street. The average home. There's homes there that are $1.8 million. okay? So let's see, 2.8 divided by 0.04%, the same 4% cash flow, divided by 0.04. And I just created, ladies and gentlemen, if you divide this number by 0.04, you will see what's called the new value created by the Delta variant. Okay? That would be $70 million in new income. 70 million. Now we're going to put $60 million down in this deal, and I just increased the value of it, new value, by 70 million. That's 120% return on my money, and I might be able to do this in 2 years. If you want to invest with me, by the way, Grant Cardone is my name. The text number to invest with me, this is only open to accredited investors. It's accredited investors. None of this, by the way, may happen. These are complete assumptions that we're making here. I have never lost money in real estate in my career, 35 years, because I'm extremely disciplined and I have a perfect picker. But none of that assumes that I will continue to make money into the future, even though I think this is the best real estate market I've been in my entire 35-year career because of inflation. We are going to inflate. You can't destroy paper and think that real assets don't become more valuable. They will become more valuable. Junk bonds are paying 4% today. Junk bonds, when I was growing up, were paying 30%. Now they're paying 4% because there's no place for all this money to go. The number to, if you're an accredited investor and you want some of this deal, 305-407-0276. You have to be accredited. Don't waste your time if you're not accredited. 305-407-0276, 305-407-0276. You text. Don't be surprised if I don't call you back and say, hey, man, are you accredited? Yes. How much dough do you have? How liquid are you right now? This deal is going to close. We're going to put $60 million, a little over $60 million down to buy the deal. I already have my debt in place. We're 83% funded on this transaction. In the next 3 weeks, it'll close. And I truly believe, look, if I'm wrong, we're going to make 60% of my money. That's in 2 years. That's not 10 years. What happens 10 years from now? Check it out. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my callers. Watch. If the rents in 2021 are $1,800, and I think they're below the market by $400. I truly believe that I'll be at $2,200 within the next 18 months. I really, really believe that. I'm putting my money where my mouth is because I'm buying the deal with my money, okay? So watch. I believe in 2031, what do you think that rent could be? I know this. The houses are going to be $3 million. A $3 million house, that's my Delta variant. A $3 million house in the same neighborhood. It will be a double. Promise you, it will be a double in the Heights. 1.8 will be $3 million. $3 million times 0.0525 is the payment will now be on that house divided by 12. The payment will now be $3 million. We'll put $600,000 down. Now you got to put 600 big ones down. So we'll finance 2.4 million times 0.0525. The payment on that house will now be divided by 12, $10,000 a month. Is that right? I don't think that's right. 240, yeah, it probably will be. 240,000 times 0.0525. That's the payment on the house. Oh no, that's $12,600 a month. If I'm doing that right. I think I'm doing something wrong though. Yeah, it's $12,000 a month, okay? My rents are going to be $3,000. I'm telling you, my rents are going to be $3,000. If the rents on this property are $3,000 a month, this thing's going to make times 646 times 0.90 times 0.52 divided by 0.04. This property would be worth $226 million in under 10 years. Bing! Let's make some money, ladies and gentlemen. Real estate. Look, I'm not here to talk to you about the crypto. I'm not here to talk to you about cash because it's trash. And I don't know anything about the stock market because I don't think they know anything about the stock market. All I know is you're trading a piece of paper for a piece of paper, cross your fingers in hopes that the piece of paper is going to be worth more money. Most of these companies don't even last 7 years. The average company today will not last 7 years. And this piece of real estate, it's going to be here 70 years from now because housing, water, food, and oxygen, you gots to have them. Let's talk to our callers, Johnny. Grant Cardone, by the way, hit the like button, comment. Come on, give me something in the comments. Don't be a little B. You can't be a little B and become a big B. You know what I'm saying?
Billionaire. We got Charles from upstate New York.
Charles, do you have a deal or do you have a question? And I want to thank you for calling, my friend.
Hey, Uncle Z, I've got a deal, bro.
Tell me about the deal.
You want the address? Or you want some information?
Go ahead and give me the address.
171 Oakwood Ave in
it?
Troy, New York.
What was the last thing? Bulkwood?
Troy.
Yep. Troy?
Yes, sir.
That's the city it's in?
It is. It's right outside
I know where
of the
Troy.
capital.
I know where Troy
Albany.
is. What's the name? What's the name of the property? The street address. Those 171 what?
171 Oakwood.
Oh,
OAK.
I see it, dog.
WOOD.
I see you. And every Monday
Brand
we do
new.
this, folks. So you can call in and tell me about your deal. I'll help you buy your deal. So look, I know where Troy, Michigan, or Troy, New York.
Troy, New York.
Oh, okay, Troy, New York. I don't know Troy, New York. Okay, so I'm looking at your deal right now. I'm taking a peeky. I kind of like what I see on the surface, man. It looks like the first deal I bought. Okay, we got 48
I walked it.
We got 48 units here, folks. 48 units. How much they want for this beast?
$7 million. I got a letter of intent out on it right now.
$7 million. So the first thing I'm going to do you like the location?
I love it, man. I actually went out and walked it.
Okay, well, that's cool. $146,000 a door. Now, if I look at the Delta variant and apply the Delta variant, what are the rents on this property?
The one bedrooms are $1,150.
I would buy this deal.
Two
I would just
bedrooms
buy. I would buy the deal.
$1,500, but it's 10% below market value right now.
Listen to me, man. Listen, you already told me enough. Buy this MF deal, and then HAM,
That's what I'm
baby,
saying.
go hard.
Let's go.
Ass.
I need your help on it, man. Let's
Dude,
do it.
Guys, I'm going to tell you something. This is 100% occupied, 35,000 square feet, 48 units. So each property's each one's probably 700 square feet. I like the small size of them, actually. I don't know about the location. You know about the location. 32 ones, 16 2-2s. I would buy this thing. Okay? This is what you're going to need to buy it. You're going to need cash. You're going to need about $1.5 million. Have you been to our real estate class? Are you in my master's class?
I was just at the summit and I found this on the airplane on the way back.
Yeah, dude, did you join our the Grant Cardone Real Estate Club?
I have not signed up for the summit, no,
Well,
or
dude,
for the real estate club.
you should
no.
get in it. You should get in it, bro, so we can raise the money. How much cash do you have?
Right now, I'm probably only liquid. I got money tied up in residential property.
I didn't ask.
So I'm
How much
only
money
liquid
do you
about
have,
20.
man? I didn't ask for a whole story, man. Next thing you're going to be telling me whether you got the vaccine or not. I don't care. How
My
much?
bad. I got about 20 right now liquid.
You got 20,000, okay? So you got 20,000. So we need 1.3. We need another $1,380,000. Okay? You should join our club, and I'll bet you money. Monday, what is it? Wednesday? The next one's 2 Wednesdays.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I do it this Wednesday, man. This is a deal right here, folks. This is a deal. This is a screamer. How do I know that? Because his rents. He told me his rents are $1,100 and $1,500, and they're below market. That's what he told me, and I believe that. I can see the property and immediately know, hey, there's a rent bump here, okay? If I can get these rents up, this property's selling for $148,000. If the rents are $1,400 a month, that's called the 1% rule. The 1% rule says buy everything in the neighborhood. You buy everything. You can buy everything. If the neighborhood's good, you just buy the whole damn deal. So if I can get anywhere close to that 1% rule, even within 60% of the 1% rule, I'm like gonna literally probably, if I know the market, probably close my eyes and buy. All he needs is $1.5 million. I'm gonna have, how many, 150 people on that call? 1.5 million. And I can't promise you this will happen, but 150 people. If everybody puts in $10,000, boom, we can buy the deal. So I would join it because money's not your problem, bro. This is. You got a deal. Now you need to find debt. I can help you with the debt. You should give me 10% of this deal just to get you a good loan on the thing. You would add my name to the deal. Say, Grant Cardone is my partner. Now you got your loan. Okay? And your loan is going to look like this. I'll just walk through the whole deal. How much is $7 million? $7 million. $1.5 million down. You're going to finance $5.5 million. Okay? And I'm going to get you money at 3%. 3% interest only for the first 3 years. So you turn the payment 1.5 5.5 times 0.03. Your payments are going to be $165,000. That's the first thing I'm going to do is find the deal. Second thing I'm going to do is find the debt. Okay, I'm going to get 3% money, interest only for 3 years. I'm going to raise the rents, and then I'm going to go refinance this property in 2024 or before, okay? The NOI on this deal, I'm going to say my rents are $1,250 across the board times 48 units times 12. It's full. The place is full, okay? I'm probably going to be able to. You're going to manage the deal for us? Are you going to be the manager?
We can manage it for 4%. It's managed for 4%. I can probably get that down to 2% according to the broker.
No, you don't need to get it down to 2%, bro. Why you want to grind everybody, man? Shit, I ain't going to grind you. You're going to grind me. Why are we going to grind them? You don't need to grind anybody, okay?
Got you. Okay.
Don't be a grinder, folks, okay? Be loose on the money, man. Let people make a little dough. I think the NOI on this deal, year one, is 267. 267? I'm sorry, that's the free cash flow on $1.5 million. That means I get all my money back in 7 years. I'm like, dude, let's roll. Okay, 267.
What do we got to do to get you in on the deal, Grant?
Just give me a piece of the deal.
Let's do it.
267. Hold on. Let me just finish my math here. 267,000 divided by 1.5 million. I'm sorry, 17.8% cash on cash. If I did my math right, and if I did it wrong, please post in comments because I know you guys like to pick me apart. Okay? So look, bro, first thing you should do is you should join the real estate club. That's what you should do right now. You should call Annie at grantcardone.com or Johnny.
I'll get his info.
Yeah, whatever. We need to get you part of the club, bro. I'm not going to do your deals if you're not part of the club. So I want to help the people that want help, that are committed to help, and we can tell a story about how we help people. We're going to be doing another real estate summit before the end of the year. Everybody that joins my club gets to come to that for free, and that's $5,000 seat. Okay, you come VIP, and we're going to discuss your deals. You're going to raise money for your deals there. But between now and then, I want to make sure the people coming, part of the club, are in the room, sitting in the front seats, and we have deals to share with the audience. The last time we did this, we had 2,000 people in the room, a 3-day real estate summit. I don't know if that website's up, is it?
Let's check.
Yeah.
I'll give you a number on the deal that you need, and I'll pay for me and for 2 people of your choice to join the mastermind if you help me make money on this deal.
No, dude, get in the real estate club, and then it doesn't work like that. It's not, hey, Grant, do this for me and I'll do that for you. Like, you don't have to come to the club. You don't have to join the club. I'm giving you an opportunity to join the club that's going to be good for you. And it's not just about me being an investor on the deal. You don't want one investor. You want a bunch. You want other people invested in your deal. So those tickets, by the way, are 25 grand before you start saying I'm gonna buy 3 of them. Because right now, I think you got a limitation on your cash. Keep your cash. Put the 25 grand. Just take care of your damn self right now. Get yourself in the club. Let's pitch your deal. Let's get you known to the other 150 people in the club. Let's tell them about this deal. Somebody's going to buy this deal, bruh.
For sure.
And somebody's going to make 17% of their money.
Right now.
Let me tell you what I think is going to happen on this deal, okay? This is what I would do with this deal. First of all, you got to get the deal, okay? You can't make money on a deal you don't own. 48 units times $1,500. What do the houses in the neighborhood cost? Do you know?
All I know is that the rents are 10% below market value. I'm not sure what the actual housing
Yeah, I know,
cost
but
is. I haven't
you
done
should
that
know
much due diligence.
because the thing you want to know is what is the option to go across the street and buy a house rather than rent a house, okay? These rents,
Gotcha.
if I can get to 1,500, and I don't know if I can, the gross income of this property is 864. If I take 864, because it's a smaller deal, it will cost less to manage. I should be able to keep $518,000 is N-O and I. 864, what is that, 518? 518 divided by 0.05. This deal's worth, at a 5 cap, it's worth $10.3 million, and we paid 7. You would make $3.3 million on the deal. So you got to pull out your credit card, call Annie, say, here's $25,000. I want to get in Grant's club, and I'll help sell the deal to the rest of the club. And then you got to decide what you want to give me just to put my name on the deal. Okay? All right, Charles. Thank you for calling, dude. Thank you for bringing me a good deal, by the way. And if Charles doesn't move on this, folks, you guys that are in New York that can manage this deal, y'all need to go find this deal and buy it. Very seldom do I ever give a deal that big a check mark. Okay, next caller, Johnny.
All right, we got Michael from Atlanta.
Put your notifications on, folks, in YouTube. Put your notifications on so you get reminded on Mondays that I'm going live with this show. What's his name again?
Michael from Atlanta.
What's up, Michael, from the 4-0 and the 4?
Hey, Grant, how you doing, man?
Come on, man. You got a deal or you got a question?
I have a question for you. So I'm in a process. I have a home here in Atlanta, Georgia. I have home is valued at $364,000. Have about $200,000 that I owe on it. So somewhere around $160,000 equity in the home. And I'm going through a refinance right now, but I'm trying to debate because the lender, they're only wanting to give me about $50,000 to $60,000 on the home.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm just trying to weigh the opportunity cost, whether if I take the $50,000.
Okay, so Michael, this is what I would do. Okay, so you think the house is worth $364,
Correct.
and you owe $100.
I owe $200.
Okay, so there's $164,000 in equity. Are you going back to the same bank?
So I'm going through another bank, going
Okay.
through Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah. Oh, you're going through Rocket, huh? My friends at Rocket, they called me the other day, man. They want to be a sponsor on all my stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, look, man, never depend on one lender for anything.
Got it.
Okay, I love Rocket, but they ain't your wife. Are you married?
I'm not. I'm single.
Yeah. So you don't even depend on one girl for your satisfaction. So why would you get one quote from one lender? You need to go to another lender. What's your job? How much money do you make?
I make about 120.
120 grand a year. So you're qualified to finance this thing. Now, let me just say that before I say what I'm going to say, why do you want to keep this house?
So that's the thing, right? Is I was saying to myself, you know what? If I keep the only reason why I was going to keep the house is because of the home prices just increased so much, and I don't want to overpay for a home right now. That's the only reason why.
Don't buy a home. What I would tell you to do is this, and this is great advice for everybody listening right now. If you have equity in your home right now, and you may be, Michael, in a situation where your home could bring 400 grand right now because of this whack market that we're in. This will not last. This will not last. These home prices will not last. What you're seeing with home prices around America is this, and this is what's going to happen. They're going to go up here, and then they're going to fall, and they're going to soften. It's going to be a long softening. It's going to be a big sag out. I think you're in a position right now to sell your home, pick up a $20,000 premium. Let's say you got $380, you owe $200, you walk away with $180. There's no taxes on that event for you. And that $180,000 would buy you a $540,000. The $180 that you take out will buy you $500,000 to $750,000 worth of income producing real estate. Okay, this money right here will probably make you $18,000 a year, 10% on your money, which you're not earning right now. And
Right.
more importantly, the 180 is going to go buy an asset worth 700 grand that in the future is going to be worth $1.5 million or $2 million or $3 million if put in the right location. And while you wait for this to grow to be a score, $1 million score, while you wait, rent where you live and own what you can rent.
Okay. And can I ask you one last question? So the lender also told me that there was no prepayment penalty. So would you recommend me getting just taking the refi, just getting the money that they're going to give me and then sell within, the next 60 days?
You could do that as well. I don't think I would take that loan right now, though. I would try to sell that property right now before you take that loan.
Okay.
That loan's going to be there, bro. Banks always lend money. And they're not giving you a great loan right now, just to be like, they don't want to give you a bunch of refinance money out of the deal. I would grab the dough. I would sell the house. I would find a broker. You want my wife to help you in the 401? She's a broker. She can get you a good contact in Atlanta. What part of Atlanta are you?
I'm in, I'm on outskirts of Atlanta, so I'm like right up in Kennesaw area.
Yeah, what's the address of your house?
It's 203 Royal Sunset.
Royal Sunset?
Yeah.
Man, that's a nice place to have a beer.
That's in Dallas, Georgia.
Yeah, it's in Dallas, Georgia.
Right. I don't say Dallas because
2,200 square feet. 2,200 square feet. Oh, look at this house, man. Look at this. I might come visit you. Nice 2-car garage. House looks good, man.
And the basement just got, we finished the basement as well. So it's about 4,000 square feet total.
Woo, shit. Dude, I'd sell this house is what I'd do. I'd get me some money, crack somebody right now. People all emotional. Atlanta's on fire. You guys own a home right now? You got equity? You're in a hot housing market. You know what you do when shit is hot? You sell. What do you do when that pancake gets hot? You flip it to the other side. Take that money, go for a ride. Take that equity, turn that equity, leverage your equity, that equity that you got, that 180 grand, turn that into gold, folks. This man's got a chance to 3x or 4x his money right here with this one decision he's gonna make. He could get 50 grand from the bank, or he could be like, no, I'm gonna go make a Cardone move. I'm gonna make a class move. I'm gonna make a step up move. I'm gonna get out of my bullshit house and I'm gonna leverage into a bunch of units, okay? And I'm gonna go from having $300,000 worth of real estate to $700,000 or $800,000 worth of real estate. I say, man, it's time to grow up. Come on, Michael.
Awesome.
Do the right thing, Michael. I dare you. Feel like Susie Orman right now. Okay, next caller.
All right, we got Janice from Arizona.
Janice from one of the hottest markets in the country is the AZ. Do you have a question or
Hello?
do you have a deal?
I have a question.
Please bring it.
So, for the love of God, I need so much help here. So I'm not much into real estate at all. I've been following you for a long time, so I know how important it is. But I currently live in Arizona. I'm from Pueblo, Colorado. And
You're from Pueblo?
I am from Pueblo.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yes. So my grandfather just passed away, and I did not know that he had so many properties, and he didn't have a will, but essentially we have found that he currently has at least 7 properties in Pueblo, and all of them currently have renters, and they're in the really shitty side of Pueblo, the Lower East Side. They're all really, really bad condition, and I'm working through the process right now of trying to settle the estate and essentially trying to figure out what to do in the short term. I think my main question for you would be, and what would the smartest trajectory be for me in handling this? All of
Yes.
these properties are paid off
Yes.
completely.
Yes.
But they're also
Yes.
really awful.
Yes. Okay. Well, number one, I want you to quit saying they're awful, because they're phenomenal opportunities. One man's trash is another man's treasures. And I'm gonna tell you, I could help you. You should also join our real estate club. I could show you exactly how to. I'm gonna give you a little tidbit here. I don't know if I can cover the whole thing, but I'll bet you there's some people on our call that won't think what you have is a problem. They'll think it's an opportunity. Every problem on this planet is an opportunity for somebody, right? So I would take and build a profit and loss statement, a PL basically, on these properties. And I would include all 7 properties on that gross income line. So rather, your grandfather probably has 7 of these right now, right? Maybe he does.
Yeah, one of them. Yep. And
So-
one of them is actually what I would consider maybe half commercial, half apartment. There's like 5 studio apartments and
Okay.
I can't really explain it.
Yeah, but so how many total units you think there is? 12?
It's 13.
Oh,
I would
13.
say maybe.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is
Yeah.
I'm going to have all 13 on this one statement. Okay? You have renters in all of them?
So there are renters in all of the houses, but one of the homes my mom lives in the apartment building, my aunt lives in, but the studio apartments in there are not allowed to be lived in because of the condition of the pipes or something.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
trying to figure that out, yeah.
yeah. So your grandfather, he didn't take care of the stuff. So,
He was, yeah.
yeah. So,
And I do agree that it is an opportunity, which is why I wanted to call and try to get.
yeah, I'm going to tell you,
advice.
Pueblo, Colorado, from my time spent there, I spent almost 5 months there between the first trip and the last trip. There is no housing in that town. There's none, 0. I know because I needed some. So there is no housing there. Things are not expensive there. Colorado Springs and Denver are going to blow those markets up. Salt Lake City, Utah, and Phoenix, Arizona are all pushing all that. People just start migrating to more affordable places. That is an unbelievable opportunity that you have sitting on your plate. Let's say those rents are only $650 a month. 13 times 650 times 12. This thing will produce $101,000 worth of gross income a year. You can operate those for probably 35 grand a year with property taxes and insurance. You're going to make 66,000 bucks. 66,000 divided by 0.06. What is? Anybody know what these properties are worth?
I had looked them up on the Pueblo Assessor website. They're not worth a whole lot.
I think they're worth
but,
$1 million
it's
if you do it right. I think your grandfather
Yeah.
left you with $1 million.
Yeah, he did some things right.
So they might be worth more than that. That's if they only rent for $650 a month. So you just got
Yeah.
you probably have to spend a little money on them. Maybe you got to spend 13 times. Let's say you got to spend $5,000 a unit on them. You got to spend $65,000 to make $1 million.
Yeah, for sure. There needs to be money that is put into them just to get them up to
Yeah, no big
livable
deal.
conditions.
No big deal. Everything in Pueblo needs to be fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So what? Every old town, okay? So every old town in America has to be fixed at some point. The new towns have to be fixed. Go to New York City. Shit, everything in New York City needs to be fixed. So that's not a big deal. I wouldn't condemn the property because they need to be fixed. And I'll promise you, there is somebody in my real estate club, 150 strong, that pay $25,000 to be there. Every one of them's a serious investor. There's somebody in my real estate club that will say, hey, let me come. I'll fly in and look at your deals, and they might be the buyer for that deal. Janice, I hope that helps out, all right? For all of you that are watching and you're like, man, I'd like to join that club, grantcardone.com/summit, grantcardone.com/summit, grantcardone.com/summit. We meet twice a week over Zoom calls, 3 times a year in person. grantcardone.com/summit. We listen to your deal. You pitch your deal. We look at your deal. I underwrite your deal. And then I say, hey, would I do it or not do it based on what you show me? I'll keep you from doing the bad deals, and I'll do my part to help you to get exposure for the deals you want to do. Today, we're talking about the Delta variant. Johnny, I think we got all our callers right. The Delta variant. Okay, the Delta variant is, you're looking for market rent or what you're getting in rent and home ownership costs, HOC. What is the rent? If the rents are $1,000 and I can buy a home for $100,000, you know what? Probably not going to do that deal. There's just not a lot of rent growth. Watch, $100,000 home times 0.525. I can basically my payments on the house are going to be $437 a month. I'm like, okay, well, why am I going to do $1,000 rents? I got pressure from across the street with a $437 payment. Okay, now if that house goes to $400,000, well, my rents are going to go up to $1,600. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I got the Delta variant working for me. You know what I'm saying? I got the DV giving me opportunity. Okay, next caller.
All right, this is our last caller, Mauricio from Orlando.
Mauricio from the Orlando market. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
You got a deal?
I
You
have
got
a
a deal
question,
or you got a question?
Nah. Yeah, I got a question. I'm 16. I want a car accident lawsuit. It's around $100,000 when I turn 18. I'm just wondering, like, how should I start investing in real estate?
I think LeBron made his big move when he was 16. So what did LeBron do, dude? He got good with a basketball. He played basketball all the time, before, during, after. You saw the heavyweight fight this weekend?
I did.
What's the dude's name?
No, which one?
Gone? The French dude.
No, I didn't see that one.
Well, dude, the guy's 252 pounds, and he looks lighter on his feet than I do. You know why? Because everywhere he goes with a jump rope. So what I would tell you to do, my friend, 16 years old, where do you live?
Orlando, Florida.
You need to get around somebody who's buying real estate in the Orlando MCO.
Yeah. All right.
Okay? That's what I would do. You want to get great at something, folks? You got to get great. Greatness does not happen here in your mind. I know a lot of people say, oh, man, you got to have the right mindset. You got to do a bunch of shit is what you got to do. I trade my mindset for my do set. You know what I'm saying? D-O, do set. I need a set of doing. Okay, hey, look, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I try to keep it light here. Every Monday we do this show for you, free and live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. We drop it on the iTunes. If you're not listening to our podcast, what is wrong with your bank account? Something. Because it could be bigger, it could be fatter, it could be better. You know that to be true. The Delta variant today, the Delta variant is the difference between the rent and the cost of home ownership in your market. When you buy a home, look at down payment, look at payment, look at interest, look at property taxes, look at maintenance of that property, and look at insurance. And compare that with the cost of renting an apartment, and you're going to see for yourself whether or not there's opportunity in your market. My name's Grant Cardone. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to get involved in this deal that we're doing right now, show them the Heights deal again. Monster beast. Been trying to buy this marketplace for 20 years. I'm buying below replacement costs. It is the #1 renter market in this market. This is the largest renter market on planet Earth. The average incomes in the neighborhood are $156,000. The average home price is $850,000. There's been 34% rent growth since 2010, and I think we get that in the next 2 years. It is the number one urban renters market in the country right now. If you want to get involved with me, you got to be an accredited investor. You need a minimum of $250, a quarter of $1 million. And you become a partner in this deal. The text number is 305-407-0276, 305-407-0276. We are 82 or 83% full on this fund, and it's going to be a screamer, okay? Obviously, I got to do all the disclaimers. I can't promise you it's going to be a screamer, but I think it's going to be a screamer. I can't promise you it's going to make money, but I think it's going to make a shitload of money. I can't promise you it's going to cash flow. I think it will the first month we own it. And I think there's massive opportunity there. That's why I'm buying the deal, signing on the debt, and have spent the last, 8 months trying to get this one beast. Again, thank you for watching the show today. Please post something in the comments, share with your big boys and girls. If you hate my guts, post it. Don't be a hater and a bitch. Come on, bone up and put it in the comments. I hate Grant Cardone. And if you love me, put that too. But most importantly, hit that bell so you get notified the next time I go live. Thanks for watching.